All right, welcome everyone to the School of Business live Q&A webinar and our first ever virtual Conestoga Fair. We really truly believe this will be a great opportunity for you to learn more about Conestoga College and to help you make an informed decision about your post-secondary decisions. Listen, we understand you guys are currently at a crossroads, a lot of different choices coming up this fall. And we really believe that you're doing the right thing right now by getting the information to make an informed decision. So for one, attending this webinar. We're going to have a great webinar on presentation from our School of Business panelists. You're going to hear from Gary Hallman, the Executive Dean of the School of Business, James Bosch, Chair of School of Business, and then also Deborah Good, the Coordinator for Accounting, Audit, and Information Technology, a phenomenal degree that we have here at Conestoga College. So just a few housekeeping items before we get started. For the best viewing of this webinar, close all other apps to give a better viewing experience. Please do not give any personal contact information during the webinar in terms of name, your ID, or anything like that, just in case when we do post your questions onto the webinar itself, that you don't have any personal information that you don't want to be given out. Also, if you're using a cell phone, best way you can do it is actually turn your cell phone to the side like this, and it'll actually go full screen for you, so you can view the webinar in its best view. And other than that, if you do have any questions, there should be an option just on your screen that says Q&A. Click on that, ask your questions, and one of our dedicated recruiters will give you a typed answer back, or we'll decide to actually ask that question live to our panelists. Other than that, so hope you guys enjoy the show. Gary, I'll hand it over to you.
Well, great. Thank you very much. And welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time today to ask your questions, learn a little bit more about the School of Business at Conestoga College. I'm going to, throughout our time in the next 30 minutes, you'll meet with, you'll ask questions. We have James Bosch with us. He's our chair. We have multiple chairs within the School of Business, but he's the chair of our accounting and finance cluster of programs, but he can really answer many, many questions of school-related programs. And Deborah Good. Deborah's a faculty member at Conestoga and a program coordinator, so she can really get into some specifics, and she's going to talk to you about what some of her expectations are at Conestoga in a business degree program. So I'll just get started and give you a bit of an overview of the School of Business. We have lots of choice at the School of Business. We have over 40 programs for you to choose from, multiple credentials to pick from. So if you're interested in a 1-year credential, a 2-year diploma, a 3-year advanced diploma, and 4-year honor bachelor degrees. So we have great pathways, a lot of choice for you in your undergraduate education. So I'm going to try and just highlight a few reasons and a few examples of what makes us so strong at Conestoga. And I think, first of all, our School of Business team. So whether we're in class or online remotely, it's the same School of Business team that you are working with, learning from. All of our faculty have professional industry experience. They're also professional teachers, academics. So we have a great combination of real life applied experience for our learning. Also very diverse international background. The world is very global these days, as what we're living through right now, as you understand. So our faculty are very diverse in their work experience, but also culturally, and their work experience has been global. We have lots of credentials built into our programs as well. And at the end of the day, whether we're in class or remote virtually, we're dedicated to student success. And you're going to hopefully hear that today. And if you were to ask any of our students and our faculty, we are very committed to student success through our faculty team, our business team, but also throughout the college and all of our support services. We run small class sizes. We want our faculty to know your name. We want you to have the ability to ask questions and you to get to know your faculty. Even remotely, we are keeping small class sizes. Class size could be 30 to 40, 45 students. On average, they're below 40 in that range, but we have not increased class sizes for remote. If anything, we've slightly reduced our class sizes for remote delivery, and we really want a personalized service, personalized approach. If you're on some other sessions here in this virtual open house, you'll learn about a lot of our support systems that we have within the School of Business to help you succeed, but also across the college to help you succeed. I'm going to talk about pathways in a minute. All of our programs have what's called a program advisory committee. We have over 200 industry professionals just representing programs in the business school. So these are people working in industry, and they help guide our curriculum. So part of their role is to keep us current and make sure when you graduate, you have the skills needed to be successful. Many of our programs have industry designations built right into them. If it's project management, accounting is a great example, of financial planning, insurance as an example. And Deborah Good will talk later about the CPA and how you can pathway right into the CPA. You can't go anywhere in Ontario and earn more undergraduate recognition for your CPA as you can at Conestoga. And we have very, very strong graduate employment rates here in Waterloo region and across the province. Lastly, co-op programs. Many of our programs, all of our degree programs, many of our other diploma programs have co-op built into them, some with international experiences, and we're waiting to see what happens over the next 12 months with some of those international experiences, but we've had students have incredible experiences studying with us and then doing a dual degree over in Ireland as an example. So lots of exciting opportunities to learn, and we're really focused on applied education, be it remote or in person. I mentioned pathways. Just two quick examples of pathways at Conestoga. So within the business cluster of programs, we have a one-year certificate that if you're unsure of what you want, a business fundamentals, we can pathway into the two-year diploma. So probably our most popular business diploma is our two-year general business diploma. It's available and it pathways into our many areas at Conestoga and across the country and around the world into other degree programs, but it has a nice pathway into our three-year diploma and directly into our four-year honors bachelor degree in international business management. So if you're not sure, one of the greatest investments is our two-year business diploma. It's really well-rounded and sets you in the right direction. Similar one within accounting, a one-year bookkeeping, a three-year advanced diploma in business administration accounting, and then our four-year honors degree in accounting, audit, and information technology. So all of our degree programs do have mandatory co-ops built into them, but great pathways, because you may think you know what you're choosing right now, but you may want to maneuver yourself through multiple programs. So we have lots of supports to help you with that, and your credits count towards moving into additional credentials, so you don't have to start over again. I'm going to ask, this will just lead us into, since we're on the accounting topic here, I'm going to ask Deborah Good, our faculty member, just to give you a little bit of an overview of what her role is as faculty and as a program coordinator. Deb? Deb, are you on mute? Can we?
I think we might have lost Deb at the moment.
Okay. What we can do is we can take a couple questions right now, and then we'll come back, and James can jump in on the accounting program as well. But we'll maybe take a few questions, and then we'll come back to that. I want to make sure I could talk forever. Oh, let me give you a little bit about the fall semester first, then we'll take some questions. So yes, we will be fully remote in the fall, and pretty much all business schools across the country will be, most programs will be for that matter across the country, with specialized labs such as culinary, apprenticeship, trades will be on campus. But for the business school, we will be fully remote in the fall. And what that means, fully remote, we don't use the word just online, because when we say remote, we still have live classes. You have a scheduled class time for your courses. Your professors are live on with you for a specified time. They record their lectures, so if you can't make it, you can view it. There's chat rooms with other students. There's all the regular assignments that are due. So it's very, very engaged and very, very applied learning still, and it's remote. So we're hopeful by the winter we can start some hybrid, getting people back on campus, but that's really out of our control at this point. That we will be, we're really investing in our delivery, and we already had lots of online programs. So this is not new to the business school at Conestoga. We've had very strong online programs. It's the same faculty teaching these courses. They have lots of time to spend with you one-on-one if you have additional questions. So really want to focus on a personalized delivery in the fall, and help everyone be successful moving forward in their academic journey. You can always follow the business school as well on multiple channels, and you see our email address here as well, businessschool@conestoga.on.ca. And we'll see if Deborah's joined us again. Deborah, are you on?
Unfortunately, I think she's still not in the session.
Okay. If we have some questions from the chat, James and I'd be happy to address those. We want to make sure we get to those questions.
Yeah, for sure. And so the first question is, and you already had spoken a little bit about doing remote delivery. Can you tell a little bit of the difference between online learning versus remote learning?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is James Bosch. I'm, like Gary said, one of the chairs in the School of Business, and I'd be happy to answer that question. So online learning is a mode of learning that Conestoga College of School of Business has been involved in for many years. And it basically involves the delivery of material, of learning concepts, online, using computers, using technology, giving students an opportunity to learn at their own pace, at a time of day or time during the week that is most convenient for them. In other words, it's quite, it relies heavily on independent study. Now, I'd like to contrast that with what Gary's been speaking about today, which we're referring to as remote delivery. So remote delivery takes some of the advantages of online learning, the use of technology, the convenience of being able to work on your studies at a time that fits your availability as a learner. But it pairs up that convenience with live sessions with your professor. So every class that we run in the School of Business will have at least 1 hour of face-to-face time per week. Many classes will have more than that. Your professors will share those details with you. But it basically gives students and learners the best of both worlds. You can learn at your own pace. You have access to all of your materials online, but you can speak to and see and interact with your professors in the same way that you're hearing and seeing me on your screen right now. So hopefully that helps answer the question.
Awesome, phenomenal answer. A question that we're getting from, another question that we're getting is, they're asking if they're eligible for a CPA after their advanced diploma in accounting.
So completion of the AAIT degree permits our graduates to challenge the CPA entrance exams. And that process will then lead learners into a program hosted by CPA, which then gives them a chance to progress and ultimately achieve their designation. So the answer to that question is yes. And like Gary mentioned, there are no undergraduate programs in the province that provide students with more credit toward the CPA designation in Conestoga. So we're quite proud of that.
And just if it's someone's in the advanced diploma, they will need to pathway into a degree to be eligible to continue as a CPA. It's a CPA requirement. You need to have a degree. So we have a pretty seamless pathway from our advanced diploma into our degree. It would take you an additional 2 years, and then you're very marketable and you're set up great for CPA courses after that.
And I guess that's also, it brings a good point to Conestoga College and some of the strengths of applying to a program here. There's a lot of pathways from our diplomas into our degrees, right? And like you had said, Gary, it's pretty seamless to get into, because they can go from their diploma right into the second or third year of a degree program. So they can actually finish their degree
right into the third year of the degree program. And all of our accounting faculty have worked in industry as accountants, and our class sizes, where if you're at a university, it could be 200 to 800 students in an accounting class. Our classes would range 35 to 45 students in a class, probably on average around the 40-ish range. So you're working with a real accountant who's a teacher in a class. It's pretty great.
That does sound phenomenal. And I guess it would be a good segue. Do you have any student success stories that you could share?
There's lots, and there's some on our website, probably the best, so we don't take up all the time here. There's some nice videos and success stories students have done, but the best one, I'll just steal the thunder, James, about one of our accounting, and ties to the question kind of you just asked about the advanced diploma. A student pathwayed about 4 years ago from the accounting diploma to the degree. And then about 1,000 students a year in Canada write the common final exam to become a CPA. And one of our students was top 20. They only published the top 20 in the country, and a Conestoga grad was top 20 in the country. So we know the students can be successful. Many go on to be CPAs, CAs, and in the past they were CGA, CMA, and CA. But many don't. Many continue for master's degrees or go into other careers. But the pathway is quite clear if you graduate from our accounting program into CPA.
I think what's really noteworthy about the story that Gary just told is the fact that we have curriculum and professors that allow our students to succeed if they are A+ learners. They're fantastic. The curriculum is set for them. But on the other hand, if we have students who who struggle and who need additional help and support, we're here for them as well. So no matter where you fall on the spectrum as an academic learner, we have supports here and curriculum to meet your goals.
And that's phenomenal. And that's the thing too, is you hear all the time about the School of Business students winning competitions and awards left, right, and center. So I mean, that does speak volumes to the quality of service that you and education that you provide. Another question we have is, to get into the marketing field, is it better to apply for a business program with co-op versus a program without co-op?
That's a great question. And I default to, sometimes it depends on the person themselves. It doesn't hurt to be in a co-op program. If you need the help, you can always come into a program and then transfer, apply to move into a co-op. So you can come into the non-co-op stream and apply to move over to co-op. Some people prefer to have other summer jobs. So we're a huge fan of applied learning, work integrated learning, and co-ops are always beneficial. So I'll default to say, yes, co-op will only help you, but lots of people graduate without co-op and go on to succeed without it. So wishy-washy political answer there, but it's definitely beneficial.
That's great. And do you have any tips for James or Gary? Do you have any tips for students coming into the School of Business?
I have a couple of ideas, some good advice that I like to provide students. And in particular in a remote learning environment, I think this is salient. The first is that when you register as a student, you'll receive a timetable. And I think it's very important to use that timetable as a roadmap to help plan out your week. You'll see the times that each of your classes run. And so make sure that you have that availability to be active, to be an active learner during your week. It's also important to make sure that that you are attending your classes and staying engaged and making contributions regularly to your class, because not only does that help you learn, but it also helps your classmates absorb the material as well. Make sure that all of the learning resources that your faculty make available to you are purchased and are easily within reach, so that you can use them to help your studies. And simple things like making sure that your technology is up to date, that you can make sure that your Wi-Fi connection, for example, is as strong as possible. These are all little things that can help make sure that your experience is as seamless as possible.
That's great, James. And I'll just add to it, I like your word, you said active and go to class, be involved. Sounds like some simple things, but even virtually and remote, you need to be attending classes and ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask your professors questions. They are there to help you. Our student advisors are there to assist you. If you have any question, reach out during the live chat or during the class, during post-class, whatever works for you. Ask those questions and keep up on your work.
Those are some solid pieces of advice. And another question we have is, what are the best additional certifications, example SCMP, that could support my business purchasing diploma?
Within the purchasing, there's a number, and I'm going to quote the website better than myself. There's James, you can jump in here. There's a number within the purchasing that you get credit for coming out of that program towards industry designations, to purchasing and supply chain. And so both of those are examples of close to 100% placement rates coming into supply chain and out of purchasing. And there's a number of industry designations that we're connected with that you earn credit just by taking Conestoga courses.
Okay, great. And I've got another question. What will be practical education for our business programs or any other activities?
They do James, you can add to this. We do case studies. The accounting students do tax clinics. Marketing students do real sales, real market research. Purchasing students, supply chain students work on real simulations of purchasing and moving product from A to B. We have, as an example, SAP, one of the leading ERP softwares, as an educational mode. So students use real software that they'd use out in industry in their courses. They're just a few examples.
And they can find more information on the website, right?
Yeah, but there's so many examples across programs. Financial planning has capstone courses connected to FP Canada. So very, very connected to industry associations with applied work integrated learning.
Okay, great. And we've got actually a few questions here, a very similar topic, but they're wondering, what are the chances of getting a full-time job from a co-op opportunity or doing a program with a co-op opportunity? Does it increase their chances?
I'll start by saying it helps for sure. It depends on where the co-op falls. Sometimes students, it's interesting, someone asked about the marketing earlier. We have a 2-year marketing program and a 3-year marketing program. And what would happen, and I know a number over the last 2 or 3 years anyway, students would get hired out of their co-op and they wouldn't return for their 3rd year. So our teachers would get upset at them saying, you should come back and finish your 3rd year. And they're going, no, I just got offered a full-time job. I want to just finish and I'll graduate with my 2-year diploma. And so yes, it does help. Sometimes the co-ops earlier in the so you work part-time and then at the end they hire you on. But many businesses take co-ops to basically pre-screen students. And in this region especially, I mean, it's a little bit different in this COVID-19 time, but this region needs workforce. So it's a little bit different right now. We don't know what the future is going to be in the next 12 months, but it's a good time to be in school, I would be saying, or starting school right now. This is a bit of a pause in the economy here.
For sure. And so I'm just trying to look at the questions here to see if anything else is coming in to ask live. And Gary, you alluded to it already, but the best way to find more information about the programs, I mean, I guess one would be to visit the Virtual Fair website and just to look at some of the program videos that your faculty had recorded. But then the website too is probably your main source of the most up-to-date, relevant information, right?
Yeah, we have lots on the website, and then the email address currently on the screen. We can always get you if you have really specific program type questions. We'd be happy to answer those as well.
Okay, phenomenal. And sorry, I'm just seeing Deborah Good is in behind the scenes right here. And Deborah is saying that a lot of our students receive full-time offers after their co-op term. So just to put that out there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I pretty much wraps up our Q&A. Do you have any final remarks or anything you want to close off with?
Well, thank you again. Continue to do your research. Waterloo Region's a great location, and we have a huge range of programs. So we're here to help you make your decision. So continue to research and ask us how we can help. We'd be happy to help.
Awesome. So Gary, I'm going to ask you if you can just take off your share screen option, and I'll put my slides up, and we'll wrap it up. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, great. So that was a phenomenal presentation done by our School of Business. A lot of great information, a couple of post-event highlights. As I already mentioned, you can go back to the Virtual Fair website and take a look at all the videos that are posted from the various programs. Great content there. And then as well, you can also take I'll put my video on here. You can also take do a bookable online guided tours that are presented throughout the today's virtual fair. And as well, you can just click on a virtual tour and do your own, your own self-directed tour if you'd like. And then finally, if there's any questions that we weren't able to get to, or throughout the session or throughout the day, you might have another question that pops into your head, feel free to fill out the survey after this webinar concludes, or contact the student recruitment team at, and you'll see it right there on your screen, recruitment@conestogac.on.ca. I just want to thank our panelists again for giving their time up today. And like I said, it was a phenomenal presentation.